how to build an amazing golden XP farm in Minecraft. These are the resources you will need for this farm. Okay, so the first step to this gold farm will be to build yourself about 7 blocks up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you will need to place an obsidian on top of this block, and then you will need to expand this obsidian in one direction by 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After you have expanded this by 22, so now we should have a total of 23 obsidian, you will need to build this 22 blocks up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then after you've done this, you will need to expand this obsidian from the top by 22 more going out, so you should pretty much reach the same area we have at the end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then after you've done that, you will simply need to link up the obsidian we have here with the obsidian we have at the bottom. And boom, after you've done that, you should have a 23 by 23 portal. So anyways, after you've done this, before we continue, we will need to figure out which side zombie piglins spawn on. Now this is because portal mechanics are kind of specific, and zombie piglins will basically only spawn on one side. This means that if I light this portal a bunch of times, zombie piglin will only spawn on this side. So what you will have to do is figure out which side of the portal the zombie piglins spawn on. Now one way you can do this is by simply lighting the portal and then breaking one of the obsidian, because you obviously can't break the, portal blocks in survival. Now you might have to do this a couple of times before a zombie piglin spawn, but as you see, after a couple of times one should have spawned, and it spawned on this side. So I'm gonna mark it by placing a block right here, simply so I remember. So anyways, after you've done that, you will need to go 3 blocks down from under the portal. 1, 2, 3, place a block. Then after you've done that, you will need to expand this block by 6 more blocks going towards where the portal is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will need to build this one down and then build 7 more blocks the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more down, 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then when you reach the end, you should have a couple more blocks. Then simply build it down 1 more, and then about 4 more blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyways, after you've done this, you will need to cover in all this with blocks. Ideally a block wall that's 2 blocks tall. So then simply cover in all this, and yeah. So after you build the wall, you can place a water bucket on top of here, and then simply make sure that the water travels all the way down, and if it does, then you have done this correctly. Oh, I accidentally missed a block right here. Just fill that in. So let's make sure the water flows to the end. Indeed it does. So if it does that, we can place a temporary block right here just to make sure that the water doesn't go everywhere. So anyways, after you have done this, we will need to get started on the thing that will be turning the portal on and off. So now we're gonna need to head to the opposite side of the portal where the piglins don't spawn. So if the piglins spawn on this side, you will need to head to this side. So then head to the corner of the portal and then build 4 blocks going upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you will need to expand this by 6 more blocks going out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then from here build 3 blocks going backwards. 1, 2, 3. Then simply fill in all of these blocks in the middle. Then after you've done that, build a 2 block high wall on each of the sides. Then you will need to place 5 doors right here, and then 5 doors right here. Then after you've done that, you will also need to destroy out the 2 blocks we have on this side and replace them with 2 observers with the little eye looking outwards. Then you will need to destroy out the blocks we have on the inside right here, and then place more observers pretty much like this. So if we then go under right here, you will see that the 2 observers we have over here should have the little kind of arrow thing looking outwards, and then all the other observers should have the little arrow facing the opposite way. Then after you've done that, we're gonna need to place 2 lava buckets in the middle right here. That will then float to the end, and as you see, this is how the portal will be turned on. And of course, as you saw in the thumbnail and in the intro, we're going to have another portal over here, which is why we also have the doors on this side. So this is pretty much how we will turn the portal on, but we're obviously going to need to turn it off too. So to do that, head to the opposite side and then place a block right here. Then you will probably have to break 1 obsidian and then place a dispenser looking towards where the obsidian is, or I guess where the portal is. Then you can simply place back this. Then you will need to place a powdered snow inside here. So anyways, after you've done that, you will need to place 2 temporary blocks going out from the dispenser. Destroy the first one, look at the second temporary block while placing an observer, then destroy that block, and after you destroy that block, the powdered snow should be, well, sent out. Then under this observer, place a block, then place an observer going out from the block, so the little redstone eye should be looking outwards. Then you'll need to place 2 blocks under this observer, 1, 2. Destroy the top block and place a sticky piston there instead. Boom. Then you can destroy the bottom block. Then after you've done that, build 2 blocks down from the sticky piston. 1, 2. Destroy the top block. Place a redstone torch on top of that block. And as you see now, the portal will start turning on and off. So to quickly stop that while we're building this, you place a lever right here and then flick that on. Okay, so now we pretty much know how to turn the portal on and off. So now we're gonna have to build a second portal along with the second, well, piglin collecting system. So to do that, you can expand the block we have on the left side right here by 2 more going outwards. Sorry, I mean 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Then build another portal right here, so place an obsidian right here. You can destroy those blocks, then expand this by 22 more obsidian going upwards, or this will pretty much need to be at the same height as the previous portal we have. Then simply just expand this by 22 going outwards, pretty much to the same location where the other portal is. Then go down 22 obsidian, boom, right here in the same location as the other one is, and then simply link it up. And now the portal will obviously be turned on due to the lava and the doors we have right there. So anyways, after you've done this, you will need to build the same little collecting system we have right here. So pretty much just go 3 blocks down from the corner. 1, 2, 3. 1 block out. Then simply expand this block by 6 more blocks, you know, following to the end of the portal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 down, 7 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 down, 7 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then down and then simply 4 more out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this should be exactly the same as the other one. And then you will of course also need to build a 2 block high wall going all around this. Alright, so after you build this, you can of course make sure you build it correctly by placing a water bucket to make sure the water bucket travels to the end. Also, you can place a temporary block at the end like we did here to prevent water from flowing out. Indeed, it goes to the end, then we have done this correctly. So anyways, after you've done that, you will need to build a similar little redstone contraption we built here with, you know, the dispenser and the powdered snow, but on this side. So you know, to do that, place a block right here, a dispenser on top of that block, powdered snow inside this dispenser, then 2 blocks going out from the dispenser, break the first block, place an observer right here, destroy that block. Now the powdered snow should be sent out. Then place a block under that observer going outwards, 2 blocks under observer, break that first block, place a sticky piston, then simply place 1 more block under here, destroy that top block, redstone torch here, and then place a lever right here and flick it off to turn this off. So anyways, after you've done that, we're pretty much done with most of the redstone besides the trident killer and of course the collecting system. So what we are going to need to do now is link up pretty much this water stream with this water stream, so all the piglins will fall into the same trident killer. But anyways, how we're gonna link these up is that if we break these 2 water sources, you will see that they fall into the floor. So what we are going to do is place some blocks around where the water flows down, just like this, in the back too, so now the water will go into this little room. Then after you've done that, we're simply going to expand the wall in the back right here, going a little bit up, and then place a sign right here, a sign right here. This means that the water will stop flowing out, but we will still fall. Then you will simply break this down a couple blocks or 2 more blocks into the ground, just like this. Then you will have to link this up in the middle too. So if you didn't understand, you will pretty much have to break this down 2 blocks over here, so 1, 2. The same on this side, 1, 2, and then, you know, link them up in the middle. So after you've done that, you will need to place 2 signs in the middle right here, then 2 water buckets on each side, and as you see, the water will now flow towards the middle. Now this means that whenever any zombie piglins spawn on top of here, they will be pushed into this room and then into the middle right here. So after you've done that, you will need to break out the blocks that's in front of the sign pretty much like this. So now you should have 2x2 hole right here. So anyways, after we've done all of this, we will now need to build a trident killer along with a collecting system. So you will then need to jump into here and then dig 22 blocks down. 1, 2. So anyways, after you've dug down 22 blocks, you will need to dig down 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, and that is simply so we have room for the collecting system. So anyways, after you've dug down that, you will need to dig down a couple blocks into the wall, pretty much going away from where we have the portal. So we have the portal on this side, which means that we will have to turn around and then dig down a couple blocks into this wall. Then you will need to place yourself out a double chest right here, get it back into this room, and then place down 4 hoppers going into that chest. Then after you've done that, you will need to place 4 hopper minecarts, so pretty much 1 hopper minecart on top of each of the hoppers. So to do that, place a block on top of one of the hoppers, railing on top of that block, and then hopper minecart on top of the railing, then destroy that block. Then do that on all of these hoppers, boom, just like this. And then after you've done that, you will need to place 4 blocks pretty much right above where the hopper minecarts are. I would also quickly recommend that you place 2 slabs pretty much above where the chests are, simply to prevent the hopper minecarts from accidentally, you know, glitching out. Then after you've done this, I would also recommend that you build yourself out right here and then, well, pretty much just building yourself straight up or mining yourself straight up and then placing some ladders right here, simply so you can get in and out of the collecting room. So anyways, after you've done that, you will need to head back into this room and then you will need to stand on top of the block platform that we built above the upper minecarts. Then you will need to break yourself 2 blocks or pretty much 4 blocks into the wall going out from, well, the middle point we have right there. Then break out the corner blocks and then you will need to place a piston right here. Then look 2 blocks to the right, go 1 block back, place a piston right here. 2 blocks to the right, 1 block back, piston, same right here. Then looking at the first piston you placed, you will need to go to the left side of that piston and place a redstone torch right here. And then while looking at the redstone torch, you will need to place an observer. If you then break this piston, the little redstone eye should be looking towards where the piston was. Then do the same with all the pistons. Boom, redstone torch, observer, boom, redstone torch, observer. Then after you've done that, simply place blocks on top of everything we have built. Then you will need to head out of here and head down the ladders we originally built. And then after you've done this, you will need to pretty much head 3 blocks above where the chest is. So 1, 2, 3. Break out the block that's above there. Then break out some room that you can stand in. Break straight into this wall. Break out these 2 blocks too. And from here you will be able to see the trident killer. Then you will have to throw a trine on top of one of the pistons. Place 2 slabs right here simply so you can collect the XP. Then place a lever on top of one of the pistons. Flick that lever on once. You will see that this will go around once. Flick this on again and the pistons will start going around constantly. Then if we head inside here, you will also see that the trident will be on the floor and being pushed around. And boom, so now the farm is pretty much done. But before I show you how this works, I have a few things to say. One is that if you want to get the looting 3 on this farm, so pretty much have a chance of getting 3 times the more resources, which of course means 3 times the amount of gold, which is pretty nice, you will simply need to flick on this lever while holding a looting 3 sword. 2 is that only having one double chest right here is not enough for this farm, and that is simply because this farm will produce so many piglins that if you just have one chest right there, this will probably be filled up with mostly swords in just half a minute, or something along those lines. So what I would recommend you do is click a video that I'll link down in the comments that will pretty much show you how to build an automatic sorting system for this. So I would recommend you have a sorting system that sorts out, for example, golden nuggets, golden ingots, and rotten flesh if you want that, and then of course have all the golden swords sent into lava. But anyways, to turn this farm on, make sure the trident killer is on. Turn the farm on. We're gonna head over to this side, and pretty much how we will turn this on then is by flicking off these 2 levers. But I'm gonna make this a bit simple, so instead of having to flick on off 2 levers, I'm gonna show you how to only need to flick off 1. So to do that, we're gonna place some blocks under here, simply linking these up. Then you're gonna need to place a redstone repeater looking into the block that has the redstone torch on it. Do that on both sides. Place redstone dust in the middle right here, and then you will need to break out these 2 levers and place a lever right here instead, and then flick that on to turn off the farm. Then if you simply flick this lever on, the farm will start as you see, and a bunch of piglin will start spawning. So now the farm is pretty much turned on, so if we now head into here, we will start seeing a bunch of piglins dying. But yeah, now the piglins are dying, and if I just stand down here, you will see that I will start getting a bunch of XP as you see, and I am leveling up quickly. So yeah, to stand AFK in this farm, you would simply need to stand over here and then simply just wait for all the zombie piglins to spawn. So yeah, anyways, that is it for this farm. As you see, they are dying in the background, and if I fly up, you will see that a bunch more will be spawning. Yeah, they are constantly spawning and constantly being pushed down and then dying. So anyways, to turn off the farm, you would simply head over here, flick this lever, and as you see, the farm gets turned on, no more piglins are spawning. So yeah, that is pretty much how this farm works, and yeah, that is pretty much it for this one. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.